middle school time. We have a middle school presentation, I think.
Right. Dr. Mike Gaskell and Maria Connors.
Welcome.
Just a quick intro. I had the opportunity to see the product that the board and the audience is about to see as a transition video developed by Hammarskjold with Hammarskjold students. And I'll let Dr. Gaskell really give the backstory to all of this.
Yeah, sure. So, Hammarskjold is not what you would call a conventional school, and it doesn't have conventional kids or staff members. You'll meet some of them here tonight, from the secretary who went way beyond her duties to take a risk and present an awesome idea that positively involved students in a spirited way, to the students who took center stage to put this amazing transition video together, to John McMenamin, who, by the way, is an adopted member of Hammarskjold. He's unconventional, too. I want to share a really quick story about this because I think it's important to point out. When I was an assistant principal in another district years ago, I worked for a principal who was a really nice guy, but he was kind of insecure and afraid to give credit out. Instead, he played it safe and took the credit for himself, and board members, like you, clapped and admired him. But the truth is, his staff and students were the ones who performed the true magic. Yet he took all the credit while they did all the work. It made for an uncomfortable environment, to say the least, and kids ultimately lose in an uncomfortable environment. I share this story because when I personally had credit taken from me in such an environment, I promised myself I would never do that to my staff, and especially not to my students. Look at these students, and look at the secretary, Mrs. Connors, by the way. They're the ones deserving of your praise and credit tonight, not me. Unconventional? Maybe. But then no one ever called me the conventional principal either, did they, boss?
No.
In that environment, kids win, achieving the credit they deserve, because great schools are places where we break virtually every rule held sacred by conventional wisdom. Risky? You bet. As long as kids win, well worth it. So I'm going to hand it off to Mrs. Connors, who's going to share a little more information about it. But just a quick ad lib on this. It was a really neat experience where we felt it was important to make sure incoming sixth graders felt comfortable coming to our school. Now you can imagine 8 elementary schools funnel into our school. And they've been in a safe elementary environment for a long time. So people hear about the Big Bad Wolf Middle School. Well, you're going to see why that's just not true, and spoken by the students who deserve it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let me just say it takes a very strong and confident leader to challenge their employees and then to empower them to do what they feel like they need to do, and Dr. Gaskell had done just that. He challenges us in the main office and most of his staff to come up with ideas to help make transition a lot easier for these students who are coming up. Many of them are coming from elementary school, which is warm and nourishing, and their parents feel comfortable, and all of a sudden they're thrown into Hammarskjold. And they're not quite sure what to expect. They're excited, they're nervous, they're scared. So what we tried to do with this video was to have them hear from students exactly what Hammarskjold is and that Hammarskjold experience. And I think that by them viewing this video, they'll feel a lot more confident coming to Hammarskjold, and they'll feel comfortable walking through those doors for the first time. So in addition to this, we also have put a section on our website devoted strictly to incoming sixth grade students, where they can view not only the video, but they can also see the Fairview video. They can see frequently asked questions. There's pointers and hints from the counselors, and a wealth of information there. So we hope that you enjoy the video. Our students that are here this evening, Caleb, Kevin, and Kyle. They are part of our student ambassadors who you'll see in the film, and enjoy it. Thank you very much.
So you're coming to Hammarskjold Middle School. The school may look big and intimidating the first time you walk through the doors, but believe me, once you're here for a short time, it'll feel like a second home.
Many Many parents and students have questions about the school. We thought it would be great for you to hear from some of the students what our questions and concerns were and how we've adjusted to life at HMS.
So, what did you think when you first saw our school?
I saw that it was really big and I was kind of nervous at first.
I felt really nervous and like anxious. It's a whole huge big school and I see all like levels in the windows and stuff and I'm just like, I'm gonna get so lost.
I really was nervous because I thought I was gonna get lost and I thought I was gonna be late to class and I thought that was gonna get me in big trouble.
I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to get to class on time.
When I first came to Hammarskjold, I was like, it's a pretty big school, and I was like thinking, how am I gonna get around?
When I first saw the school, I always thought it was gonna be really big, but then I realized that all my classes are in like one general area because of the houses, and then the school didn't seem so big anymore and it was easy.
It was pretty big. It was way bigger than I thought I was gonna get lost, but I ended up being okay and I really enjoy it.
The elementary schools, they take a field trip to Hammarskjold and you learn how to open the locks. And that's when I was having a problem. Like, it was really frustrating. But during orientation, they give you a paper that tells you how to do it, so that's when I got it.
Here is my locker. To open it, I used the combination that was on my schedule. I have 2 tote bags and a backpack. My morning tote has all of the books I need for the morning. I have another one for the afternoon. Some kids have 1 tote bag and they just change the books in it. I go to my locker in the morning, before and after lunch, and again before period 11. I take all the things that have to go home with me to my period 11 class so I can make the bus at the end of the day.
Lunchtime at HMS is my favorite time of day. We get to eat, see our friends, and use our phones.
My mom makes me text her every day during lunch. How many times can I tell her I love her tuna sandwich she packed?
I really like buying lunch. The cafeteria has a lot of different foods to pick from. What's your favorite?
Salad, the burgers, and tater tots.
2 days a week I buy lunch and they have like really good food. It's
A salad because I feel like it's healthy and it's actually pretty good.
I usually get the salads because I like salads a lot and I like to have the fruit on the side too.
It's the tacos that you get, the 2 tacos.
My favorite lunch to buy at Hammarskjold is pizza.
Compared to elementary school, it's like gourmet. And what you get is the salad here because it's a healthy option and it still fills you up. It's good.
Welcome to the HMS cafeteria. I buy my lunch every day. My favorite's the pizza, but they have all kinds of foods available. There's pizza, a hot lunch entree, which changes every day, a cold sandwich, hot sandwich, and a salad bar. There's even ice cream for dessert.
Hey Mom, please put a little extra in there so I can get some dessert.
When I heard that there were assigned seats in the cafeteria, I was worried that I wouldn't be allowed to sit with my friends. But during the first week of school, we got to sit where we wanted, and then in the second week, we got to assign our own seats and choose where we wanted to sit for the rest of the year. I got to sit with some of my old friends from elementary school and some of my new friends from Hammarskjold.
That all teachers weren't that nice, but that's not true. I really like all my teachers and they're really nice.
They're not going to take anything lightly. I feel pretty good now though because I've been into the class and I'm in honor roll and I'm actually doing pretty good.
I heard a lot of rumors that it was very, very hard. And I, at first, thought that that rumor was true. But as I went through the school year, I learned that if you study and work hard, it's not that bad.
They don't give you notes, you gotta copy everything from what they're saying. They don't even give you papers. You can't do this, you always have to listen. If you don't listen, you'll be perfectly fine. They give you papers, they help you, they're like, oh, this is very important, this is gonna be on the test, and you might wanna write this down. They tell you that, it's the same thing as 5th grade.
I go to the front of the school first because they have 2 arrows pointing in the directions, and they'll say the number of the bus that's here or not. So if I know that my bus is there, I can see the number of it on the board, and then I would follow the signs based on that.
Yes, the signs do help me. It tells me like if the bus is on the right or the left.
There are a lot of clubs to join at Hammarskjold. We have sports clubs, ESL clubs, student council, and drama club.
And then there's French club, jazz band, chorus, art society.
Don't forget Science Olympiad and Academic Challenger teams.
You have to try out for those, but they go to competitions throughout the state.
Do you participate in a club?
Well, I take honors chorus, and I figured out about it because there were certain signs around Miss Weiss's room, and also on the morning announcements. The kids who are on the morning announcements and Dr. Gaskell, they usually talk about the different clubs and the different days that they're on. So if you listen to the morning announcements, you'll be able to figure out when the clubs are and when to sign up.
We have student council, which you're basically ruling the school, like the kid version of ruling the school. I am the secretary of that. Then I do honors chorus. We recently had our concert and it was really good. But the way you can find it is on the morning announcements.
I'm in student council, the Video Newsmakers Club, and French History Club.
That's in the backyard.
Oh.
My parents were pretty worried when I came to Hammarskjold.
I think I was more nervous than my parents.
So who was more concerned about starting middle school, you or your parents?
My parents, because it was my first day of middle school, and they were a little upset that I was getting older.
I think my parents were more nervous than I was because they were nervous that I was going to get lost and I wasn't going to be able to get to my classes on time.
Definitely my parents. They were afraid that I wasn't going to find my way. They were they were telling me you're going to make friends, don't worry. They were all kind of anxious and they wanted to see how my first day was. And I was like, it's fine, Mom, it's fine. It was awesome.
Well, I think my parents, especially because I went to such a small elementary school, they were worried that I wouldn't be able to get to everything in time.
Well, I think I was very nervous. I don't know, I think my parents were just equally as nervous as me. I was more nervous about Hammarskjold than my parents. They seemed pretty chillax about it. And then when I came home from the first week of school, where we just settled in, I seemed pretty fine afterwards. I felt like I was a 7th grader, I was already been here.
Don't worry, we've all been where you are now. You'll be fine. You'll find your way around. You'll make new friends. You'll learn to speak up for yourself and become independent. And even if you make a mistake, it's okay, as long as you learn from it.
Remember, you can always ask someone for help. A counselor or administrator.
Teachers, office staff, aides, custodians, and lunch servers.
Everyone's willing to help you get used to your new school. Enjoy your time here and...
Have fun at Hammarskjold!
That's really
Aren't those kids talented?
That was great.
That was awesome, thanks. All right. So now this is posted on our website, is that it? With a bunch of other stuff I think we heard.
On Hammarskjold's website.
It's on the full version. This is
Yeah.
the shortened version. The full version is on Hammarskjold's website under the incoming 6th grade page.
Well, if there's more, we got to watch that too. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, that might be a lunchtime distraction tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Yes, thank you everybody for that.